Welcome to the Postgame Show presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. You're invited to join the Maroon Club today, and our player of the game presented by Coca-Cola. Experience the Coke side of life. Here's Olivia.
All right, thanks, Gary. Now, Coach Damon Olson, a strong offensive effort from your team despite the loss. How did you look to challenge this American defense that's #1 in the Patriot League?
Well, I think in most of the games that we've played against American, they've been close and they've been competitive, and for whatever reason, it's a good matchup for us. So I just thought that, we'd have some opportunities to play inside, outside, and get some scores. They're definitely a challenge on the defensive end with their versatility and their activity in terms of their offensive movement. And that's kind of what broke us down a little bit, and then some of their dribble penetration and our fouls. So that's kind of when the game, started to get away from us.
How are you guys going to look to end this season with a couple more games in the regular season, looking ahead to the postseason?
Well, everything's just about getting better, both as individuals and as a team. I mean, that's where the focus has always been from the start of the season, and that'll will continue. And it's just a point of building. So we do lots of good things well. And personally, I feel like we're a few plays away from being ultimately where we want to be and have a different outcome. And it's just a point of getting the group to recognize what those plays are from game to game, and then being able to capitalize and execute them when they show up.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
No problem.
And now we'll have our player of the game presented by Coca-Cola on her senior day here, Alex Cantwell, 15 points. How did you really look to create so many offensive opportunities as well as feed the ball to your teammates?
I think just looking to create the opportunities. They were just there. American is a really heavy help team, so they help a lot, especially on Natalie. She's a great player, so they're going to send a lot of girls there, which just opened up a lot of more space for us to work with, which then again, it was how I was able to feed my teammates as well. If there's more space, I can hit them and get a lot of ball movement and get a lot of shots off.
Before the game, there was a great ceremony with your family here. What are your emotions like in your second last game here in Kirby?
Definitely bittersweet, I think, is the perfect way to describe it. I was excited to have my family here, a bunch of my mom's friends that she played with here at Lafayette too, so it was really special having that. Sad that we only have 2 games left here, and sad we didn't get the win today, but there was definitely a lot of growth in this game, especially with American being on a 13-game winning streak, being the top of the conference. We saw a lot of good things here today within our play.
What changes do you think you and your team are going to look in order to close the regular season strong?
I think really just not even changing, just focusing and amping up our defense. We're a blue-collar team. We work through hard work plays, hustle plays, and that's something where when we get those, we are very successful. So just keep doing that and making sure it's very consistent throughout the next 3 games, 3 guaranteed games.
All right, thanks so much, Alex.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, Olivia, thank you very much. Job well done. Now John will take you through some of the highlights, and we'll wrap this afternoon up for you.
Boy, for the longest time, Gary, you and I had our fingers crossed, and the Leopards gave us an awful lot to cheer about. Emily Koskemius did a great job in that first quarter. Immediately 3 threes right away, and then she feeds inside to Cecily Carl, in my estimation, the favorite to win the Patriot League Player of the Season. How about our Patriot League All-Star? That's Natalie Kukowski doing a great job, and then our senior Alex Cantwell just would not be denied, Gary. I mean, you talk about, she said it, blue-collar, overachiever, just doing a terrific job, bringing so much energy to this team today on senior day. But in the end, boy, when you've got a kid like this, Cecily Carl put up huge numbers. She was an impossible matchup. It seemed like every time her team needed a big bucket. I mean, this was great defense. That's Michaela Wilson closing out on her. She was in help side, then she recovered. The great ball movement by American. Carl feeds off that kind of movement. Boy, here's a bad mistake. You can't go underneath the screen on Koskemius. She is just deadly from downtown. And here's the shot against the shot clock. How many times did Alex Cantwell do that with the shot clock running down? Here's another one. Call bank, Alice. There you go. Make sure. She was banking it all the way. It was a senior night for the senior. And then in transition, Drew Freeland with a finish right here, getting behind the defense. And you see the emotion. And again, Kukowski would not be denied. That's a 3-point play as Lafayette tried to stay in this thing for all 40 minutes. And here is India Saunders on the defensive end, Gary. It was a very close game. I think it might have been a 2-point game at that point. That turnover right there made it a 2-possession game and created the urgency that Lafayette faced for the last 3 minutes.
It was indeed a big turnover, but the Leopards played very well today. Certainly one of the more positive losses that we have experienced with the Lafayette women taking on the team that is now in first place all by themselves. For American, they're 67 points on 18 field goals. They were 7 for 18 from beyond the arc, 24 from 27. And that's part of the story from the free throw line, as they only had one offensive rebound in the game and still won this ball game. Cecily Carl with 24 points, 18 points for Alina Koskimius. No surprise, those two players are outstanding. American goes to 18-8. They win their 14th Patriot League game in a row, and they go to 14-1. A week from today, they'll take on Bucknell again, their only loss this season in the league. For Lafayette, they're 57 points on 21 field goals, 5 for 18 from beyond the arc, 10 for 16 from the foul line, as they got double-figure scoring out of Natalie Kukowski with 15 and 7 rebounds, 14 points for Drew Freeland and 15 for Alex Cantwell, and she hit 3 shots in the ball game right as the possession clock was running down. For Lafayette, 7-19 now, 2-13 in the Patriot League. They lose this one by 10. It was much closer than that, 67-57. That's it for John Leone, for Olivia Mulvihill, for Rick Gio, the RCN television team. We invite you back here with us on Wednesday night when the Lafayette men take on Boston University. The Lafayette men on tomorrow on GoLeopards.com. You can watch the ball game at 2 o'clock from Soika Pavilion at Bucknell. That's it for all of us. Thanks for watching. I'm Gary Laubach. Goodbye, everybody.